everybody, it's your girl Sophie Soph back here on Sophia's Football Talking once again. There we go. Now we're all set. So this time we're not going to talk Premier League. We're actually going to talk some Serie A. Finally, I've been watching into this first two games of the season. First one, of course, really impressed. Second one, not so much. So we'll talk about the upcoming Derby d'Italia, the epic clash between Juventus and Inter. Okay, rivalry that's been there for years. And to be fair, Juve have had the upper hand in a long time. But in the recent very few years, Inter has kind of been the big dogs, and Juve have fallen short. Last season, though, was more so Juve reigniting that rivalry again and just getting the better of us, unfortunately. So, if you haven't been watching this channel for a while, you would not know that, yes, I do support Man United, but Inter also has my heart. It's been my second team. I claim it as my second team. United are not in the Champions League, so Inter, I always do hope that they end up doing well. Last season didn't happen, but neither here or there. We're focusing on this game for tomorrow, which is in first time in a long time where we actually don't have like a Monday kickoff, a Sunday late kickoff. It's nice. I'm not gonna lie. We have like a good 6 p.m. at least Norway time here where I live. 6 p.m. clean. We're not lovely, and I can still go about my day instead of having it super late on a Sunday, then get ready to go to work the next day and yada yada yada. So this was quite nice. I'm not gonna lie, very nice for sure. So I'm happy about that. Delighted is not really giving, but we're gonna show our best. Either way, like this video here before we start the show, and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, as we are on the road to 6K, hopefully ASAP, and 10K by the end of the year. Consider becoming SFT member. Link is in the description box. Let's just get right into it. It's not going to be the longest stream, but I wanted to at least be able to talk about the game. Yes. So this rivalry began way back, of course, as I mentioned, but back in 1909. Okay, it's over 124 years, if my math is correctly. Imagine that, with the two clubs with most Scudettos to the name. Juventus playing host the Allianz Stadium in Turin. Saturday clash will do well to match the side's first contest last season when Juve's Kenyan Yildiz struck twice in the closing stages of a very frantic 4-4 draw in Milan. Lord, that game was insane. Insane. And it was annoying because, we messed up. A couple of those big games where we messed up a lead, which was annoying. After that echo thriller last October, Francisco Conceição, whose father recently managed Milan, was the sole scorer in February's reverse fixture, as the Bianconeri continued their impressive recent record at home to Inter. So heading into this week's game, Juventus have lost just one of the team's last 11 league meetings in Turin. So history will certainly be much more favoring Juventus. And Juventus' form is also as head coach Igor Tudor would wish, having started his full season in charge with wins over Parma and Genoa. Amid another campaign of off-field chaos at the club, Tudor calmly took the reins from Thiago Motta and steered Juve to a fourth-place finish last term. And he may now have one eye on regaining the Scudetto after Napoli. Um, yeah, both Juve and Inter have decided to dethroning Napoli next spring, so neither can afford to make many mistakes. While Inter, though, on the other hand, following a five-star, like I mentioned, big start game of the season against Torino, 5-0 thriller. Okay, but sadly, second game beaten 2-1 by Udinese at San Siro. We were having the lead. We should have won the game, but we didn't have the shooting boots on that day, and Udinese deserved to win. Nerazzurri not only failed to record a seventh straight win over their visitors from Friuli, but also suffered the first domestic defeat under Christian Chivu, one of Inter's 2010's treble winners. Okay, I was surprised when he was announced to be appointed to succeed Simone Inzaghi. After guiding Parma to safety last season, so questions, of course, have already surfaced about his suitability for the task at hand. 2 weeks on from that setback, Inter must now try to make amends by winning the Derby d'Italia before heading to Amsterdam for the Champions League opener against Ajax next week. Team news is as follows. Having been sent off for violent contact on the opening day, Andrea Cambiaso missed the second match of a two-game ban. So João Mario and Filip Kostic will join versatile Pierre Kalulu and McKinney to fight for the wing-back places. Meanwhile, Inter's deadline day acquisition, Manuel Akanji, may make Serie debut. The Swiss center-back could displace Jan Bissek in the side's visitors' three-man defense, and that might be Kiwi's sole personnel change. Also in the summer bought Luis Enrique and Diouf and Boni are all part of a fully fit squad, but are set to occupy spots on the bench. Paired in attack, Marcus Thuram has scored 2 goals this term, while captain Lautaro Martinez will aim to improve on this small record versus Juventus. El Toro has scored only twice, in 40 league games against Bianconeri. Yeah, damn. Juventus have some selection calls to make up front, as Jonathan David has started the season well for both club and country. While contract rebel Dusan Vlahovic has scored against both Parma and Genoa, despite starting on the bench. Recent rival Luis Openda, and I completely did not realize that he signed for Juve. But hey, he's another option in the final third. Conceição withdrew from Portugal squad with the muscular injury and may miss out. Midfielder Fabio Miretti is also struggling with the thigh problem. So that's that. Potential starting 11 for Inter. Sommer, Akanji, that's going to be, I'm actually really excited to see Akanji. Acerbi, Bastoni. So in that back three, we have Dumfries, DiMarco as the wingbacks. In that middle, Barella, maybe Hakan, potentially Hakan Çalhanoğlu, Susic, DiMarco, like I said, obviously, and then up front we have Thuram and Martinez. El Toro. Juventus possible starting lineup, and mind you, I've not really seen any Juventus games so far this season, so just heard stuff here and there, clips, but I haven't seen. But so far, they're top of the league, and since we lost one game, I believe we're sixth. So yeah, we need to make sure we win. But I'll let you know my prediction a little bit later on the stream. But for Juventus, possible starting lineup are Di Gregorio, Gatti, Bremer, Kelly, Kalulu, Turam. So the elder Turam brother, okay, Kevin Turam, Lucatelli, Mario, Cook Miners, Yildiz, and Jonathan David is what I'm thinking. We'll see. Let me know your thoughts. This is just what I'm thinking right now. I'm not sure. Cypran, pick up to you, says, or Cypran, I think it is. What's your thoughts on the Serie of the season? I mean, the thing is, for me, I can't sit there and say I've been watching every Serie A games here and there. No, not as religiously as the likes of the Premier League, but I've been watching all of Inter games, tuning a little bit into like Napoli. Like was the one of the game where they did like a late winner. So annoying. So far, I think it'll be still exciting. I do think that Serie A has been underrated the last few seasons. And I can hear that people think like, oh, it's not as exciting as it used to be, like, before. But to be fair, the last 3 years, I do think that it's starting to pick up again. And it's nice to see more players from like the Premier League ending up, especially like British players, coming to Serie A and playing. I think that's kind of dope. Seeing what they could do. Like, look at Scott McTominay became like Serie A best player of the season. Wow, he's had a glow up. I'm gonna be following along to see, okay, how will Haaland do as he's on loan? So I'll definitely watch more Napoli games for sure. Depending, speaking of that, when is Napoli playing? Are they playing tomorrow or are they playing on Sunday? Oh, Fiorentina, Napoli. You know what? Because they have, I know what I'm good. Oh, I'm eating good tomorrow. Tomorrow, all the way from like 1:30 in the early days, all the way to like about 8:45, 9, because we also got some Premier League games playing late night as well, or late during the evening. So I'm going to be enjoying myself with some proper football tomorrow, all the way. So, and tomorrow is going to be hella, extremely like not good weather. It's going to be raining all day. So it's perfect Saturday day for me to just spend inside watching football. So all I'm going to say is I'm excited and I need it. So I'm gassed that we get to have club men's football back. So I say this to say Serie A will be tuning in 100%. Cypren also says, do you think Italian teams will do well in the Champions League this season? That is a good question. Inter showed that Serie A teams can do very well. And also Fiorentina went all the way to the semifinals of the Conference League. Did we have any Italian teams in the No, we did not in the semifinals of the Europa League, but like they didn't do so except for Inter in the Champions League. The rest of them didn't do so well. Like Juventus, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, and I also think I predicted this, Juventus did not qualify from the league phase. And I will be doing my prediction of this season's league phase for sure. I do need to make sure I get to film that and probably post that for Monday or something. So that is something that I need to do. But I'm just saying, I'm not super sure. Maybe Italian teams could do better. Maybe they might do better this season than last season, but I don't know if Inter's gonna. The thing is, though, Inter is just like I have so much more faith in Inter last season than I have of them this season. And last season they disappointed me with not getting a trophy, getting completely humiliated. Like who loses 5-0 in a final? You don't even try. 5-0, 3-0 in the first 25 minutes. I still haven't gotten over that. I haven't. I still am pretty upset by that. And the kids at work constantly remind me of it as well. So I'm just letting you know. I'm disappointed. But to answer your question, a long-winded answer, but to summarize, maybe this season Italian teams could do better because a lot of them have actually done some very good signings. So maybe. Keep the questions coming in. Any other comments that you have? Yeah, and let me know your prediction, by the way, for the game. And if you watch this on the replay, comment, of course, what you think about the upcoming Derby d'Italia, and let me know about the your prediction. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited. I'm concerned. I'm a little bit worried, but I mean, I just hope that it can be better than last. I would like to win, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm a bit unsure. You know, I expected so much more from last season. We lost both of the Derby d'Italias last season, or not lost because one of them was a draw at San Siro, but the one at the Allianz Stadium was a loss. Cypran, a little off topic, but what's your thoughts on Andrew Forrest? Actually, I haven't talked about this. I mean, interesting, very interesting. I think it's going to be a roller coaster for Forrest, but it's going to be a hell of an entertaining roller coaster. So I'm invested. I'm definitely going to be tuning in, seeing, okay, is Arsenal going to smack them up with them trying to do that doggone highlight? We'll see. We will see. I don't know if you guys can hear, but the rain, it is hella raining outside. Cyprian, please let me know if I'm butchering your name or not. I'm so sorry. I think Inter will win due to the quality they have both defensive and up front. I hear you. I just am still a little bit concerned. Because I expected last season to do so much better. Fell just too short in the league, regardless. It happened. But there are a couple of those big games that, like for instance with Milan, we did horribly against Milan. They had our number all of last season. Juve as well. So those points need to make sure that, if we get a draw, we get a draw. I'll take it. I would prefer to win, but I'll take a draw. I'm not going to sit there and act like I won't take a draw. I definitely would, 100%. But I'm not going to sit there and act like I'm not, or act like I'm super confident because I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not super confident, but I am excited about the game nonetheless. Just gonna double check what the other upcoming games for Inter are. Oh damn! By the way, Boo the Glimt. This is off topic. We're just checking. Wow, 7. Boo the Glimt in Champions League is gonna be nice to see. I can't wait for the Champions League to start next week. I'm excited. Sad that United is yet again another season where United is out of it. It sucks, but this is our own wrongdoing, and it is what it is. We just gotta move on. So next game, obviously, Juve tomorrow in the Champions League. We got Ajax. Oh my God, Sassuolo had our number last season, did they not? Pretty sure they did. Yep, they literally won. Oh my God, they had our number. Yep. Damn. Yeah, and it's gonna be at our ground, but still though. And what day is that? Is that a Monday again? Oh, it's a Saturday. That's fine. Okay. No, it is a Sunday. Damn it. Regardless, so Sassuolo after that, Cagliari away, and then Slavia Praha in the Champions League. So those are kind of the upcoming games for Inter. And yeah, so before we shortly end the stream, because this is not going to be the longest stream, we got some other upcoming streams for tomorrow, basically 2 streams for tomorrow to be fair. Um, I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 1-1. I think can Yildiz scores, or maybe it'll be Jonathan. You know what? I'm gonna say Jonathan Davis scores for Juve, and then I'm gonna say Thuram scores. Marcus Thuram scores for Inter. That's what I'm gonna predict. Let me know your predictions. So obviously, straight after the game tomorrow, I will be live, so we will be discussing, talking about the game, reacting to it, for sure. Hey, big up Grace says you support Juve. Inter Grace. Inter is my second team. Been there for years. I've loved Inter around the same time I became a United supporter back in 2004. Big reason to that is one of my favorite players of all time is Adriano. I love that man with all my heart. He was a joy to watch. It was short lived, unfortunately. I wish we could have had so many more years because that guy, I'm telling you, that guy could have, you know, he should have been spoken about as one of the greats, like the greats. Like that's how good he was. Okay, he was incredible to watch. Okay, I'm never gonna forget. He had a good run, 04 all the way to 06, good run, and he was beautiful to watch. So yeah, I support Inter 100%. So Forza Inter, indeed. We're gonna end it here. Thank you so much for being here for this stream. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. And if you watched this on a replay, remember to comment your prediction as well in the comment section. Like this video here on your way out. I'll be back for 2 stream tomorrow. We got obviously Inter and for Juve Inter reaction, but we also have a Matches Derby preview. Yes, Adriano and Zanetti. Yep. Great. Grace, you better tell him. You better tell him. I need to get some more into the kids, by the way. We will. We shall. We shall. But yeah, thank you all. See y'all tomorrow. Let me see. Can I redirect this to anybody? Is anybody live? Is anybody live? Let's do a Sophie rate. Not that we have that many people watching, unfortunately, but regardless. See who's live. Who's live? Do, 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 do. You know what? We'll redirect to South Football Corner. Arsenal related, but we'll do it. There you go. There we go. There we go. So this stream will redirect you to South Football Corner, Arsenal football channel. Great guy. So show him some love, and I am out. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.